Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Shri Radha Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Radha Madhava Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo. Shri Shri Vijay Dayal Nitai Gauranga Ki, Vijay Gauranga Dayal Nitai Ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Bande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Isha Vatarakan Tat Prakasham Shatat Sakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Namo Mahabodanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtapraye Svabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naisthiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So reading from a transcendental diary. So Prabhu, going to translate for them? Otherwise they will not understand. No. Okay. So we will be speaking in English. I can't speak Dutch. You speak English? A little bit. A little bit. You can understand. Ja. Okay. Wenn man gut zuhört, geht's. Several times over the last few weeks, Prabhupada has been disturbed by the poor quality of flowers on the deity garlands. Sometimes also the deities do not even have garlands on when the curtains are opened for their morning darshan. When Prabhupada greeted them this morning, he saw that Sri Krishna Balram yet again had no garlands. Openly aggravated, he half turned to Akshayananda and told him sternly, "This is another farce." He was so troubled by the poor standard of worship that he dedicated most of his class to it. Although his tone was disappointed, dispassionate, sorry. Although his tone was dispassionate and objective, showing no trace of the flash of anger he had displayed earlier, he gave a very strong warning to the devotees about the consequences of inattention and neglect. He started out by saying that human life begins with the practice of religion. But nowadays, there are organized movements such as communism to stop it. Yet, he said, in one way, they cannot be blamed because the guardians of the religious system, they are fallen. Just like immediately our Subhavilas Prabhu was asking me that we have seen so many temples. Why they are so neglected? Is it not your question? And why they should not neglect it? Mostly the temples, they have become the means of livelihood. That is the defect. Temple is not meant for means of livelihood. Then it will deteriorate. How long you can falsely worship deity and make show of arati? You cannot go on very long time. That is not possible. You will be disgusted unless there is feeling, bhava, that here is Krishna. Krishna has very kindly come here to receive, to take, accept our humble service. He is so great that he cannot be approached by a person. He is so great that he cannot be approached by a person like me. Anor Aniyan Mahato Mahiyan, explaining that we cannot worship Krishna in his universal aspect, Prabhupada went on. Therefore, he is so kind that he has appeared before you in this temple so that you can touch him actually, you can serve him, you can dress him, you can offer him eatables. This is Archa Vigraha deity. Arche Vishnu, Arche Vishnu Shiladhi, Krishna has appeared. We are not so elevated like Nanda Maharaj or Yashoda. He said, we are just beginners. So, we do not know what is Krishna. We cannot see Krishna, either his Vigraha Murti or this Murti. So, what we can see? We can see stone, wood, or material things. So, when Krishna appears to be seen by you and he appears like a stone statue, he is not stone statue. Don't think. Therefore, we must learn how to see Krishna. So we should not think that here is a stone statue. As soon as we think of stone statue, then our this feeling, bhava, will be lost. So the answer is that if we establish some temple and deity and take it as a means of livelihood, so at least we Indians, we are trained up like that. Not only trained up, we are born devotees. Anyone who has taken birth in India, that is special facility. In their previous birth, they had performed many austerities, much austerities. Even the demigods, they desire also to take birth in India to get this opportunity. So, India. India means this planet, Bharatavarsha. There is good opportunity. So, if we think that here is a stone statue, then it will not prolong my days. Galagraha, no more Vigraha, but Galagraha. Suppose I have established this temple. Now, under my direction, my disciples are worshipping Vigraha. Vigraha means the form of the Lord, Rupa. But if there is no following of the regulatory principles, then after my death, it will be Galagraha, a burden that our rascal Guru Maharaj established this temple. And we have to worship. Early rise in the morning, all botheration. This is called Galagraha, a burden. He has left with us a burden. This is the risk. Then such a big temple will be mismanaged. And you will find that this is breaking and this is unclean and there is no attention. This will be our mood. That is called Galagraha. The rascal has given us a burden. So it is very difficult. If we have lost that feeling that here is Krishna, here is a chance to serve him. Sivigraharadhana nityanana singaratan mandiramarjanadu. Therefore, we are very much vigilant. Why you did not this? Why you did not this? What is? Why you do not this? Why? As soon as the feeling of devotional service will be lost, this temple will be a burden. This is the way. It will be such a big temple to manage. It will be a great burden. So they are feeling burden. Therefore, they do not mind if somewhere is broken sometimes. All right, whatever money we have got, let us eat first of all. This is the position. Vigraha and Galagraha. You should understand, if we forget that here is Krishna personally present, we have to receive him very nicely, we have to give him nice food, nice dress, then it is service. And as soon as the feeling comes that here is a stone idol, they say sometimes idol worship. And we have been instructed to dress him, to give him all botheration. Then finished. Finished. That has come everywhere. I have seen in Nashik, in many big temples, there is no pujari. And the dogs are passing stool. Prabhupada said that this same problem are also present in the West. churches were derelict, derelict, and he had personally observed that on Sundays only the caretaker and few old women were attending. Many of these discussed, uh, sorry, disused. Many of these disused churches were up for sale, for even then the priests have been reluctant to sell to us. One church, the priest said that I shall set fire in this church, still I shall not give to Bhaktivedanta Swami. Prabhupada grinned, and as everyone laughed, he went on. This Toronto church was like that also. And in Melbourne, the sale condition was that you have to dismantle this church building. We said, why? He said, if you utilize as temple now, then we shall not give you. They refuse. So they do not like that. This Krishna consciousness movement will purchase our churches and install Radha Krishna deity. They do not like that. Despite his despite his injection of a little humor, Prabhupada remained very serious about the problems he detected here, exemplified by the failure of the pujaris to offer nice garlands to the deities. He analyzed the mentality behind it and spelled out the consequences in strikingly frank terms. Okay. So, not only the churches in the Western countries, here also, as soon as you will lose the spirit of service, this temple will become a big go down warehouse. That's all. No more temple. So we have to maintain that service spirit. Therefore, we are so much particular. Why? Fresh flower is not there. If you think here is a stone statue, what is the meaning of fresh flower or old flower? We have to give some flower, that's all. But no feeling that here is Krishna. We must give fresh flower, just like I am a living man. If you give me a fresh flower and if you bring some garbage and if you give me, shall I be pleased? Do you think? So, this feeling is losing even in the beginning, that we shall satisfy this statue with some rubbish, garbage flowers. Oh, he is not going to protest. Yes, he will not protest. But your life will be finished. The protest will come like that. As soon as you lost the feeling, bhava, buddhi, bhava, buddha bhava samanvita. Who can worship Krishna? When there is bhava, sthai bhava. This has been discussed in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What is bhava? But if you have no bhava, then you are on the material kanishta adhikari. Simply show. A show cannot go on many days. Show will be finished very soon. So Prabhupada is very particular about deity worship standard. So we have to maintain a good standard of deity worship. Give every day fresh garland. He was not happy. He is very disturbed. So now continue reading from Canto 7, Chapter 5, text number 9. Okay. वत्स प्रहराद भद्रं ते सत्यं कथय मामृषा बालानतिकुतस् बालानतिकुतः तुभ्यम् एष बुद्धि विपर्जय वत्स प्रहराद भद्रं ते सत्यं कथय मामृषा बालानतिकुतस्तुभ्यम् एष बुद्धि विपर्जयः वत्स प्रहराद भद्रं ते सत्यं कथय मामृषा बालानतिकुतस्तुभ्यम् एष बुद्धिर्विपर्जयः. Please repeat. वत्स प्रहलाद भद्रं ते सत्यं कथय मामृषा बालानति कुतस्तुभ्यम् एष बुद्धि विपर्जयः. Buddhi Viparjaya. So, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Vatsa, O dear son, Prahlada, Prahlad, Bhadramte, all blessings and good fortune unto you. Satyam, the truth. Kathaya, speak. Ma, do not. Mrisha, a lie. Balan ati, passing over the other demon boys. Kutaha, from where? Tubhyam, unto you. Esha, this. Buddhi, of the intelligence. Vipraya, viparjaya, pollution. Translation. Dear son Prahlad, all peace and good fortune unto you. Kindly do not speak lies. Just reply with the truth. These boys you see are not like you, for they do not speak in a deviant way. How have you learned these instructions? How has your intelligence been spoiled in this way? Purport. Prahlad Maharaj was still a boy, and therefore his teachers thought that if they pacified little boy, he would immediately speak the truth, revealing the secret of how the Vaishnavas came there to teach him lessons in devotional service. It was surprising, of course, that is the same school. The other boys of the Daityas are not polluted. Only Prahlad Maharaj was supposedly polluted by the instructions of the Vaishnavas. The main duty of the teachers was to inquire who those Vaishnavas were that came to teach Prahlad and spoil his intelligence. So, we are discussing after Hiranyakashipu found out that Prahlad, his little son, has become the devotee of his enemy. Who is his enemy? Vishnu. Huh? Vishnu was the enemy of Hiranyakashipu. So, his son is instructing him, my dear father, you are wasting your life in this Grihastha ashram, so better you give up this life and go to forest. What is this? My son is teaching this. So he suspected that his son must be preached by some Vaishnavas who are visiting the school. So he sent Prahlad back to the teachers and gave him instruction. Find out who are coming there in disguise to pollute my child. So the child was brought to the school back, and the teachers, they started to inquire from this little boy. So there are different ways. First is samaniti. They are trying to be very good. No. They are showing their sympathy to the boy, making him reveal the truth. They are in a very, very polite way, in a very loving way. They are saying, dear child, please tell the truth. How did you learn all these things? We didn't teach you anything of this sort. Looks like somebody has come and polluted your consciousness. Who are these people? Please tell us. So this is also an instruction for us that sometimes those who are in the lower modes of nature, demons are mostly in passionate feeling or in ignorant feeling. So those who are inspired by a mode of passion or ignorance, they can't see the spiritual growth of a devotee. They very easily misunderstand the intentions, the behavior of a devotee. And they always try to judge them, testify them with their polluted inclinations. So, here definitely Prahlad Maharaj was a devotee and he got this bhakti from another devotee, but he is not going to reveal anything to them because he knows what he is doing. Because after he has become devotee, he has lost all his attraction to this material world. And you can see they were suspecting that sometimes demons are also very intelligent. They had applied their intelligence very thoroughly. That in this school there are other children who are not spoiled. How come this boy is only spoiled? So what has happened to you? Tell her the truth. They don't have the capacity to see that when a devotee, anyone who associates with a devotee, he becomes a devotee. So here we need to understand about the position of Prahlad Maharaj. How come Prahlad, being born in a demoniac family, at the same time he was being instructed by the demons, demon teachers, how to become a good demon, still this boy consciousness was not polluted. So Prabhupada, he has made lot of comments on how we should give birth to the children. First of all, if you see the birth of this child Prahlad, first of all, his father was a demon, Hiranyakashipu. How come a father demon father could give birth to a devotee child, right? It's very surprising. So first good fortune Prahlad got is that this baby was conceived in the womb of Kayadu when Hiranyakashipu was God conscious. How this demon became God conscious? This demon, when he went out for austerity, he was performing a severe austerity. And Lord Vishnu wanted to break his austerity. So, where this Hiranyakashipu was standing in one leg and raising his hands and looking up, he was performing this severe austerity. There was a tree nearby. And Vishnu came in form of a parrot. And he started singing Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Vishnu is his enemy. How can he tolerate listening to the name of his enemy? As much as he tried to get rid of this bird, but this bird is not going out and again coming back and again disturbing him, Vishnu, Vishnu. He became very angry. Why this bird is always chanting my enemy's name, Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. So this Vishnu consciousness was so engraved in his mind, he was so disturbed, he could not perform any further austerity. Because the Vishnu name was very much, disturbing him. And he had heard so many times from the parrot, it was, ringing in his mind. Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. He came back home with that consciousness. He met with his wife. And that time this baby was conceived. So, and after that, when the baby was born, but after that he went back and, he continued his austerity. He pleased Lord Brahma, then he got the boon. So he continued his life. But here, Prahlad Maharaj was born. And when Prahlad was born, Narad Muni, Indra wanted to kill the boy. But then, actually, when the Prahlad was in the womb of his mother, actually, at that time, Indra wanted to kill. Then Narad Muni told, no, don't kill him. You must know that there is a great devotee of the Lord who is coming in this womb, so he is not going to cause any harm to you all, so don't kill him. So in that way, Kayadu was taken to the ashram of Narada Muni. And when Kayadu went to Narada Muni's ashram, Narada Muni, always he reads Bhagavatam. So every day Kayadu is sitting and listening to Bhagavatam. And the baby who is in the womb of the mother is also listening very attentively. This is the point, that when baby is in the womb of the mother, when mother is awake, baby is also awake. When mother goes to sleep, baby also goes to sleep in the womb. So, when mother is listening Bhagavatam, the baby is also listening Bhagavatam. Pravishta karna randhrena svana bhava sarorvaham dhrunati samalam krishna salilasya jatha saret. You can say this boy doesn't have a developed intelligence, so what is the use of hearing? No. Bhagavatam hearing is like that. When somebody just hears, whether you understand or don't understand, doesn't matter. But see, Bhagavatam is entering through your ear. Therefore, in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, बुझेवा ना बुझे कहो सुनीते सुनीते से हो कि अद्भुत चैतन्य चरित কৃষ্ণে উপজীবে প্রীতি জানিবে রসের রুতি শুনিলেই বড় হয় হিত. Just by hearing, just by giving oral reception to the sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, great benefit is attained. What is that? Here Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of his mother. He cannot understand anything, right? This baby, what he can understand? But this Bhagavatam sound entered through his ears. When this Bhagavatam enters through the ears of an entity, what is the benefit? Benefit is Dhunati Samalam Krishna Sarilasya Jatha Saret. Just like here, maybe you haven't seen, if you come to India, you can see. After rainy season, water in the pool become muddy. Huh? But upon the arrival of autumn season, the muddy water, the mud in the water settles down and crystal clear water is seen in the surface of the pond. Similarly, in our heart is like a pool which has been, or we can say the heart is like a pool containing the muddy water of many desires which are coming from many, many lifetimes. Sri Sri Vijay Gauranga Dayal Nitai Ki. So this heart-like pool is filled with the dirty water in form of material desires. So desire of a living, pure living entity is originally pure. But when this desire is getting in contact with the material modes, then the mind starts programming and automatically we become polluted. So the desire of the pure soul gets polluted now. Okay? So soul is in the heart. So the heart is now getting polluted. So when we hear Krishna Katha, Krishna and Krishna Katha are non-different. Krishna word is non-different from Krishna. Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. So when you hear this Bhagavatam, that means Krishna is entering into your heart through your ears. Who is entering? Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is entering. And when he enters, what he is going to do? Dhunati Samalam Krishna. He is going to clear Dhunati. He is going to clear the sediments, the dirt. And Salilasya Jatha Satit. Just like upon the arrival of autumn season, the water in the muddy pool becomes crystal clear. Similarly, when Krishna enters through the ear, all the dirts are washed away. So Prahlad Maharaj, while he was in mother's womb, he was hearing. So automatically, he has become a devotee, purified personality. So the hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam is so beneficial that we can understand what he heard in his mother's womb, he was able to remember after he was born, when his intelligence is being developed. This is called sanskara. You know sanskara? Sanskara means impression. Like if you see certain things, if you apply your mind on certain object over and over again, it creates an impression and it keeps floating in our mind. So, Prahlad Maharaj, because he had heard from Narad Muni, this Bhagavatam, so he was very much in connection with Krishna. So therefore, in the school, when this Sanda and Amarka, they were teaching him about the material subject could not omit the impression of the spiritual topic. This is, you can understand. Maya is not more powerful than God. God is controlling the Maya energy. So anyone who embraces Krishna very tightly, that means once Krishna enters into the heart of a devotee, there is no question of Maya overpowering him again. Maya cannot overpower him, right? Maya is not stronger than Krishna. Uh, like this, Mayavadis say uh, that Krishna, he has assumed this Maya form in this material world. Maya could not attack Krishna in the spiritual world, and you think Maya could attack Krishna in the material world? Huh? Maya cannot do anything to Krishna. He said, Daivihesa gunamai mama Maya. It's my energy. It's under his control. Right? So, Mamevaja prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Therefore, when a devotee surrenders unto Krishna, surrendering means what? This surrender principle have been very nicely explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vrinivritta kama dvandvair vimukta sukha dukha sangair gacchantya mudha padam abhyayam tat. The surrender process is complete when nirmana moha, when one becomes free from mana, moho. Mana means samman. We don't desire, we don't hanker for glorification, for adoration, fame, moho. There is no illusion. He is free from the illusion. Illusion means, oh, this is me, these things are mine, anything related to my body. He is free from the concept of me and mine, moho, totally free from illusion. Then, sangadosha rahita means he is free, he is no more attracted to the materialistic associations. When we are in material consciousness, any kind of materialistic discussion topic will appear like very tasteful item for us. You understand? If somebody is hankering for money in this material world to make his life more enjoyable, anyone comes and discusses with him a business plan, how he can earn more money, it will become very tasteful to him. He'll say, oh, this is so nice. There's a nice, plan. Okay, let me go and implement this plan. Because he is still hankering for a materialistic association. He is still hankering for material enjoyment. So any topic related to material discussion will appear like nectar to his ear. But Krishna Katha will be like poison. So he doesn't want to hear. And Abhinivritta Kama, one who is done with material desires. Bandhai Vimukta, he is not affected by heat and cold, happiness and distress. Sukha Dukha Sangai. He is not disturbed by Sukha and Dukha, happiness and distress. Then only he is able to transcend this material world, go to the spiritual world. So, this if somebody is following these principles explained in this verse, nirmana moha, that is the perfect way of surrender. But that surrender process is complete when one becomes a devotee of the Lord, first of all. So Prahlad Maharaj, he had already become a devotee of the Lord. So no amount of material association in Gurukul could pollute his consciousness. His consciousness was crystal clear. It cannot be polluted anymore. So therefore, when a living entity, he keeps Krishna in his heart, rather than he becoming polluted by the material world, he has the capacity to purify one and all in this material world, whoever he meets. Sudhyanti tasmai prabhavishnave namaha. Sudhyanti. They purify. Why? Because they carry the Vishnu in their heart. Whoever they meet, they will purify them. This is the power. So how can Prahlad Maharaj will be polluted? He cannot be polluted. Right? That's why he's a Mahabhagavata. So now we can ask this question, well, Prahlad Maharaj was a Mahabhagavat from the beginning, so it is easy for him to kind of be fixed in the consciousness. But we are the sadhaka, what is the possibility for us? How can we rescue ourselves from the attack of this pollution? Because we are living in this world, it's readily available. Materialistic associations are readily available. Right? Anywhere you go, you meet with people who like to talk about material subject. So what can we do in this situation? Right? Therefore, Krishna, in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he had been talking about determination in the mode of goodness, determination in the mode of passion, determination in the mode of ignorance. If one wants to cultivate pure Krishna consciousness, he wants to remain unaffected by the modes of passion and ignorance, the material modes of passion and ignorance, then he should be fully determined. His determination should be fixed in the mode of goodness. So that means, as a sadhaka, it is important for us to fix our determination in goodness. If we fix our consciousness in goodness, then what will happen? That will protect us from gliding down. And gradually, Krishna will appear in the heart when the clearance takes place. So now we need to know that if we want to cultivate the determination which is in the mood of goodness, what is that? What is the symptom of that determination? So the symptom of the determination is Krishna is saying, Dhritya jaya dharayate mano pranendriya kriya yogena vyabhicharinya dhriti sa partha sattviki. Oh Arjuna, that determination is called in the mode of goodness, which is unbreakable. And the activities, a person who upholds the activities of mind, life air, and senses in the practice of yoga means the mind is not even for a single moment is detached from the cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Life air, the activities of the life air is controlled in such a way that he is always fixed with Paramatma, the Supreme Lord. And the senses are engaged in those kind of activities which are helping him to always remain in constant touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what it's called Yogena Vyabhicharinya, Avyabhicharini Yoga. Avyabhicharini Yoga means there is no difference actually. Means he is not at any time detached from the connection with the Supreme. Means through the activities of mind, life, air, and senses, he is always in constant touch with the Supreme. That is called sattvic determination. That means if we try to understand this, in the material consciousness, we should know that our mind is a workshop of bondage. You know workshop? In the workshop, you create things, new things, right? And the material consciousness, mind becomes like a workshop for creating bondage with this material world. But when the mind is attached to these Krishna conscious practices, it becomes a gateway for liberation. Same mind. You don't have to give up this mind, but you have to change the mind, consciousness. So, how this mind is becoming the workshop of bondage? As we know, nowadays, this greatest distraction is media platform, right? We are using mobile phone, computer, always. Mind is so much engaged in watching these subjects in the mobile or computer in the media platform. That's a problem. There is another problem also. We so much daydream. Daydreaming means always making plan for earning more and more money. How I can have a better car, how I can have a better house, how can I have new shoes, huh? Right? He is, dreaming for success, career, money. These are the, you can say, how the mind is getting polluted when these desires are targeted for material enjoyment. You may think, okay, how can you say that without money, if you don't make any plan to make money, how can you even practice Krishna consciousness? Somebody can ask this question. No. Here, making money for sensual enjoyment is actually like a daydream. But you need to earn as much as required to keep your body and soul together so that you can practice Krishna consciousness. Therefore it says, Kamasya nandriya priti labha jiveta javada. You should not provide enjoyment to your body just for sense gratification. Means we eat, we give medicine, we protect our body from heat and cold. Why? This is a form of enjoyment for the body actually. The food you are providing to the body, what is that? That's an enjoyment for the body. You cannot take a bath in cold water. You need warm water. That's an enjoyment for the body. Why are you providing this enjoyment? Labha jiveta javata. I just want to survive in this body. Okay. Then the next question is, why do you want to survive in this body? And you are always providing comforts, enjoyment. Why? Jivasya tattva jigyasa. I want to survive because I want to hear Bhagavatam. I want to go to temple, Prabhupada's temple to see Gaurnitai. I want to serve him. Understand, sadhu? Yes? Understand. So that is why I want to survive. Then what happens? Daydream is khatam. Daydream is finished. No hankering for money, career, even relationships, just for sensual pleasure. This is all mind's problem actually. If mind is hovering on all these things, then it is not a sattvic determination. Sometimes negative thinking, constantly, imagining, scenario for oneself. Oh, I don't know why, always, demotivated, dejected. No, be positive. Outside people say, no, be positive. Don't always just uh, uh, keep imagining about worst scenarios. Uh, and Sometimes we keep comparing ourselves with others. How I look, how is my education, how are my achievements, or their achievements, right? That is also keeping our mind occupied, and it is not a sattvic determination. People determine all these things. They think, oh, how can I become beautiful? How can I be successful like him? Sometimes people become jealousy. These are the symptoms of mind who is misused. Criticism is also there, judgmental mood is there. Of course, then over identification of the with the body. Another thing is escapism. Escapism, how to understand this? Uh, People want to forget the torture, the suffering of this world, that's why they take to intoxicant items. They gamble. And there are other people, even in devotee community also, there is the escapism feeling is sin. They don't take to escape gambling or intoxication, but fantasy words to avoid reality. They use sometimes fantasy word to avoid reality. Oh, no, what is this? They speak in a very, you know, joking spirit to avoid the reality of Krishna consciousness. Fantasy word. Then what happens? Your determination is not sattvic. So if somebody is keeping an eye on the action of his mind, his consciousness, then he will know where I am getting deviated from this sattvic determination. This is just the action of the mind. Similarly, prana, overeating, agitates the prana. Huh? So if you know that prana, how this prana means prana vayu. There are 5, 10 actually vayus are there, the body. How you act in such a way that this prana is not disturbed. There are different ways. Uh, Smoking, intoxication, all these things also disturbs prana. Then uh, this fast food, heavy fast food, according to yoga practice, heavy fast food also disturbs prana. Irregular eating disturbs prana. Indigestion, excessive indulgence in sex life, these activities disturbs prana. And people don't understand. Overwork, lack of rest, then of course stress, irregular eating habits. So if we understand how the prana is getting disturbed, people go to the yoga society to practice some gymnasium acts, thinking they are doing yoga. But they don't have this information how the prana can be balanced in the body. Even these informations are helpful for the devotees also. We sometimes get, trapped by such kind of activities and prana is getting disturbed. So here Krishna is saying, pranendriya, mano pranendriya kriya, the activities of mind, life air and senses must be controlled. Then what happens? That determination becomes sattvic determination. Means when we are always determined to safeguard our mind, the activities which are disturbing our life here, or the activities which are dragging our senses to the material objects, if we are always cautious about that, that determination is called sattvic determination. Prahlad Maharaj, he was a small boy. In the childhood, he would not go with the other demon boys to play. See, he is so controlled, determined, right? So in that way, this Krishna consciousness movement is providing us some valuable tools how we can be truly established in Krishna consciousness. And when somebody practices with this, he is actually Jivan Mukta. Even though he is living in this world, he is still liberated. Means no amount of material disturbance can pollute his consciousness. He is pure. He is always pure. Whether he lives here or anywhere, doesn't matter. That is his consciousness. And Prahlad Maharaj was like that. Even though he was in the association of demon boys, but he was not disturbed. Even the teachers were teaching him polluted stuff, but he did not get polluted by them. They were thinking he is polluted. Prahlad Maharaj was not polluted. This is how a demon and devotee they think. What is pollution for the demons? That is not pollution for the devotees. Huh? Prahlad was having Krishna consciousness. They were thinking, oh, you are polluted. So, when we have a clear-cut vision, understanding about Krishna conscious principles, and we abide by those, then we can see the happiness, true happiness in life. Otherwise, people, they will try to just enjoy this mundane world, and by coming in contact with temporary mundane happiness, they feel this is the enjoyment of life. But that is temporary. Actual enjoyment is anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam. The difference between spiritual happiness and material happiness is, material happiness is for sometimes temporary. It has a beginning, it ends after some time. But spiritual happiness, the Krishna conscious happiness, in every step it increases the happiness of ocean. Anandam buddhivardhanam. How much water is there? Has anyone tries to, I mean to say how much water is there in the ocean? Has anyone ever tried to measure how much water is there? How many liters of water is there? Has any scientist done this so far? There is no statistics. So anandam buddhivardhanam. How much happiness is there? Nobody can measure it. And it is increasing every step. Therefore, we are distributing Krishna consciousness so that everybody in this planet should get to that point where they will get unlimited happiness. You want unlimited happiness? Huh? Yes, that is what? That is unlimited happiness. Krishna conscious happiness is providing you unlimited happiness. There is no limit to it. Okay, Sadhu Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Prabhu wanted to say something? No. You wanted to say something? No. No, time for prasadam. Okay. Jai, Shri Dayal Gauranga. See? Vijay Gauranga Dayal Nitai ki. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hey Sadhu. Where are you from? Coming from this Sadhu?